Hey foodies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making Nutella puff puff. You heard me right. So if this is your first time, you are most definitely welcome. Please click on the subscribe button and let's get cooking. So for this puff puff, we are going to be needing 3 cups of flour, and also for the recipe and the measurements, all will be in the description box below too. So after you've added the flour, the next thing we're going to be adding is our yeast, and this is what is going to help our puff puff to rise. So for this recipe, you don't need to proof the yeast, you just have to add all those ingredients that you need in one bowl. So if you want to know, please sit by and keep watching, don't touch that dial. And then we can go in with our salt. This is about half a tablespoon of salt. I'm just going to add my sugar, and here I just added about 5 tablespoons of sugar. Normally if I'm making puff puff, I don't normally measure my ingredients, I just add them. You know this instinct that you add your ingredients and then something inside just tells you it's enough, I think this quantity is okay. But for this recipe, I just said, okay, since I want to create a recipe, I have to also get an exact measurement. That is why we are going to be giving you some measurements. I love milk in my puff puff, like I love milk. So I'm just going to add about 1/4 cup of powdered milk. You can decide to add the liquid. If you have been skipping nutmeg in your puff puff, then you have been missing out on something big. Like, nutmeg is a must in your puff puff, like guys, you would love it, so please don't skip it. And then this is what I'm going to be adding. I just one day wanted to add something different to my puff puff, and I remembered I had some Nutella in the fridge, and then I decided to just get it out and add it and see how it was going to be. And then, my dear, it was yummy. So you can add as much Nutella you want, or as little. For here I just added about 2.5 tablespoons, but you can decide to add more, and I'm telling you, you will love it. After you've added all that you will need, next thing you're going to be adding is your warm water, and I added about 2.5 cups of warm water. So you just have to add, it has to be warm, not cold, not hot. It has to be in between to actually prove your yeast. At this point, you can decide to go in with your hands, but I didn't want to at least go in yet with my hands, so I'm just going to use my wooden spatula and combine everything together. So now I'm just going to combine everything together, and as you are combining, you might at some point see that you need more water to get the consistency that you are going for. And once you've done that, then your puff puff is actually ready. So you see, like in this recipe, I didn't have to use a different bowl to like maybe add the wet ingredients separately, proof the yeast separately. I just added everything in here together, actually seeing that you can actually use one bowl to make your puff puff without the need of maybe wet ingredients on one bowl and the other on the other bowl. So this is actually a very easy puff puff recipe that I can just make. And here I saw that I really over added water, so I had to compensate it with about 1/4 cup of flour to get back the consistency that I was looking for. So if you see that you over added the water, it's fine, you can just add a little bit of flour and get back in track. I don't know, but late honey has become like my latest obsession. Like, I love honey. And then this one is even original honey, which even makes it more better. Like, if you try to add honey in your puff puff, like, you're going to love, like, the taste of your puff puff is going to be so yummy. Try it and let me know. I mean, who says that you can't have all the fun you want in your puff puff? It doesn't have to be boring, you know. You can have all the fun you want. You can even add any other thing that you want to add. Like, for me these days, it's like freestyle. I might just be craving something in my puff puff, and I'll just like I can just try it out and see how it will turn out. And then this one was the bomb. It was just no, you need to try it and testify. Like, if I'm telling you, you might be thinking I'm overhyping myself. So once you've added all those things that you will need, next thing you're going to do is to proof our puff puff. So you just have to cover it with a film bag and then keep it in a warm place and allow it to rise for at least 40 minutes. You know, you can leave it up to an hour or so, but I left mine for about 40 minutes and it was just okay. Like, I didn't have that time to start waiting for extra for extra 1 hour. Like, I was just like, no, I really wanted to eat that. So after about 40 minutes, our puff puff is ready to fry. And you know that smell when you open your puff puff, that smell is not pleasant at all. Like, because of the yeast, the smell, it's not nice. But after you fried it, like, surprisingly, the fragrance, this aroma will become so heavenly. So now that our oil is hot enough to accommodate our puff pastry, what we're going to do is to let it out and into the pot from in between our index finger and our thumb. So like this way I can easily get the round shape that I'm looking for. But if you're not able to, you can just use the tips of your hands and just scoop it in like that. Whichever way works for you, it's just fine. But this is the way I always like to go for my rounded shape. But most times, if you look, like, sometimes they are not so rounded, but after a few minutes inside the oil, you see that the shape becomes more defined. You know, it kind of blows up in the oil. So you can see that this way, you can, even if it's not so rounded enough, at least the shape is not so bad either. So you have to bear in mind while frying your puff puff, you don't have to overcrowd the pot, so to enable your puff puff to swim enough and to rotate. As you can see, some of them actually do turn on their own, and some of them you have to turn them yourself. But whichever way works for you, it's just so easy. And then you have to fry it for about 6 to 7 minutes and you are done. At this stage, our puff puff was just glowing, like the burnished look, the brown is just like, ooh. But some are just stubborn, like they don't want to shine alongside the rest, you know. They just want to shine alone. Like some parts they don't want to rotate evenly. They just keep like, I rotate this way and I want to remain that way. You have to use your fork to kind of hold it down. So, like, you know, you have to allow the other one to also get the chance to shine. But anyway, like, this recipe was just so easy to make. But at first, like, the first time I ever made puff puff, it was like about a year ago that I ever made puff puff. And before then, I haven't really eaten puff puff in a long time. So one time I was just scrolling through, I was like, okay, let me make puff puff. Let me just look out for some recipes and see how to make puff puff. But that first one was you don't want to know how it turned out. It was horrible. And being that it's been a long time that I had puff puff, I couldn't tell if I was like, if the puff puff was tasty or if it wasn't tasty or if it tasted right. Like, I just couldn't tell. I was just so confused, like, am I sure what I did? And then I did that and I posted it on my social media, and then people were like, wow, you made puff puff, I'd like to have some. You know, looking at it, it looked very, very yummy, but I couldn't tell if it was okay to give to someone else to eat. You know, sometimes you don't have that confidence to, like, we are not sure what you made, you cannot just give it to someone else to eat. Like, you don't want to embarrass yourself like that. But after like several attempts, I ended up getting a contract. Someone said I should make puff puff for her, and I was like, these people are about to put me in one corner. I'm like, okay. I did it actually though, but they said it was nice. I said, okay. And I was so excited, like, okay, maybe I'm actually getting better in this. Like, I had to practice a lot of time between the week before that time came, before I was able to make the puff puff for the person. Like, and I couldn't tell the person that I can't make puff puff because she always sees my recipe or my puff puff picture and they looked very yummy. I don't know, what was your most embarrassing time you making puff puff? Like, are you this kind of person that maybe when you make something I'm not so confident about it, and someone else asks you like, oh, I want to have a taste, so would you confidently give to the person to taste, or would you just say, oh, it's finished? I want to know. Here we have our puff puff. Like, I had to take it outside to get that sunlight, you know, like our puff puff has been sun kissed. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I did. So please, if you loved this recipe, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and most importantly, thanks for watching. Bye.